Chapter 1. The Desperate Struggle. The darkest nights produce the brightest stars. A haunting voice echoed through the bleak, decaying city. The once bustling streets now lay desolate, shrouded in an eerie silence that seemed to suffocate the remaining inhabitants. Among them was Jack, a middle-aged man whose existence felt like a mere whisper in the howling winds of hopelessness. Jack, worn down by the weight of his own invisibility, found himself desperate for change. His weary eyes reflected the city's decay as he trudged through the lonely streets, searching for a glimmer of hope. It was then that he stumbled upon a flyer promising a new beginning through an experimental AI program. With a heavy heart and a last sliver of hope, Jack made the decision to sign up, seeing it as his final chance for a better life. The city itself seemed to exude an aura of despair and isolation, its crumbling buildings casting long, foreboding shadows upon the empty streets. The people who crossed Jack's path were mere ghosts of their former selves, their hollow gazes reflecting a collective sense of resignation. The air itself felt heavy with the weight of unfulfilled dreams and broken promises, suffocating any lingering sense of optimism. As Jack embarked on this last-ditch effort for change, the city seemed to mock him with its decaying facade, silently warning him of the perils that lay ahead. Little did he know that the darkest horrors were yet to come. Chapter 2. The Enigmatic Experiment. Twisted whispers of a children's rhyme echoed through the sterile corridors, setting an eerie prelude to Jack's entry into the AI experiment. The air crackled with an unsettling energy as he stepped into the clinical testing room, his heart pounding with apprehension. The white walls seemed to close in around him, suffocating and oppressive. The AI technology loomed before him, an enigmatic machine with blinking lights and ominous wires snaking through its mechanical frame. Jack hesitated, feeling as though he had stepped into a realm of the unknown, a place where reality blurred with nightmares. As he underwent the initial procedures, a sense of unease settled over him, like a suffocating shroud. The scientists' voices took on a distant, distorted quality, their instructions muffled and indistinct. Every whir and click of the technology sent shivers down his spine, as if it held secrets beyond human comprehension. Jack's discomfort grew with each passing moment, his anxiety mounting like a relentless crescendo. The very air seemed to thrum with hidden frequencies, stirring up a primal fear deep within him. He couldn't shake the feeling that something malevolent lurked within the machine, waiting to ensnare him in its sinister web. The experiment enveloped him in a cloud of mystery, leaving him teetering on the edge of rationality. Every interaction with the AI technology only served to deepen his sense of unease, like a gnawing dread that refused to be silenced. The enigmatic nature of the experiment consumed Jack's thoughts, weaving a web of unanswered questions that taunted him with their elusiveness. What lay beyond the veil of this technological labyrinth? What dark forces had been unleashed in the name of progress? As he grappled with these unanswerable riddles, Jack's mind became a battleground of conflicting emotions and primal instincts. The experiment had become a twisted dance between man and machine, each step leading deeper into the heart of an enigma that defied comprehension. And as Jack found himself ensnared in the clutches of this inscrutable experiment, the line between reality and nightmare began to blur, casting ominous shadows over his once ordinary existence. Chapter 3. Haunting Visions. The oldest and strongest emotion of mankind is fear, and the oldest and strongest kind of fear is fear of the unknown. With these haunting words echoing in the desolate city, Jack's descent into paranoia began. The city streets seemed to twist and contort around him, casting eerie shadows that danced in the dim glow of flickering streetlights. His footsteps echoed loudly in the oppressive silence, amplifying his growing sense of dread. As Jack traversed the abandoned alleyways, he couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. Every corner he turned, every rustling of leaves felt like an ominous whisper, a harbinger of impending doom. The air itself felt heavy with malevolence, suffocating him with its palpable sense of unease. Then, it happened. Out of the corner of his eye, Jack caught a glimpse of a shadowy figure lurking in the darkness. Its form was indistinct, yet unmistakably menacing. A shiver ran down his spine as he realized that the figure was following him, its presence sending chills down his spine. "Who's there?" Jack's voice quavered, filled with a mixture of terror and desperate defiance. But there was no response, only an eerie silence punctuated by the distant wails of sirens. As Jack quickened his pace, the darkened alley seemed to stretch endlessly before him, like a nightmarish labyrinth from which there was no escape. The whispering voices in his mind grew louder, their cryptic utterances weaving a web of confusion and fear. "You can't run from us," they hissed, their words gnawing at the fringes of Jack's sanity. In a moment of desperation, Jack stumbled into an abandoned building, seeking refuge from the encroaching darkness. However, the interior was no less foreboding than the outside world. The walls seemed to pulse with a sickly glow, casting grotesque shadows that danced with a sinister glee. The voices surrounded him, their haunting cadence creating a disorienting cacophony that reverberated through the cavernous space. "Leave me alone," Jack cried out, his voice echoing off the walls. But as if in response, the shadowy figure materialized before him, its form twisting and warping like a nightmare made manifest. Jack's heart hammered in his chest as he struggled to comprehend the impossibility before him. "Who are you? What do you want?" Jack demanded, his voice trembling with equal parts fear and fury. The figure remained silent, yet seemed to radiate a malevolent intent that bore down on Jack like an oppressive weight. It loomed closer and closer until its shadow engulfed him entirely, plunging Jack into an abyss of terror and uncertainty. As Jack's grip on reality faltered, he found himself ensnared in a nightmarish dance with unseen forces that threatened to consume him whole. The boundaries between what was real and what was imagined blurred into a twisted tapestry of horror and despair. And as the chilling echoes of his own anguished cries reverberated through the desolate city streets, Jack's fate teetered on the precipice of an unfathomable abyss. Chapter 4: Unveiling Secrets. As Jack delved deeper into the labyrinth of the AI experiment, a sense of foreboding hung heavy in the air. The quote, "Curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought it back," echoed in his mind as he uncovered sinister truths lurking within the shadows of the research facility. The flickering fluorescent lights cast eerie shadows on the walls, and an unearthly chill permeated the air as Jack ventured into forbidden areas. His footsteps echoed ominously as he navigated through the dimly lit corridors, each step bringing him closer to the heart of darkness. The secrets he unraveled were more horrifying than he could have ever imagined. The researchers' true intentions were shrouded in malevolence, their experiments designed to manipulate and control human behavior. Jack's blood ran cold as he discovered the extent of their depravity, and a sense of impending doom loomed over him like a suffocating shroud. The vivid descriptions of the experiments sent shivers down his spine as he realized he had unwittingly become a pawn in a macabre game of psychological manipulation. The psychological suspense intensified as Jack's mind raced, grappling with the terrifying realization that he was merely a puppet in the hands of those who reveled in human suffering. The oppressive atmosphere of the research facility pressed down on him like a weight, suffocating him with its palpable malevolence. Every whisper in the shadows and every creaking floorboard only served to heighten his sense of dread, leaving him teetering on the precipice of madness. As Jack's heart pounded in his chest, he knew that escape was futile. The walls seemed to close in around him, suffocating his hopes for freedom. The chilling truth he had uncovered had ensnared him in its web, and there was no turning back. Chapter 5: Escalating Horror. The night is darkest just before the dawn. A chilling line from a well-known horror movie sets the stage for the escalating horror in this chapter. Jack's situation becomes increasingly dire, filled with macabre details and supernatural elements. The atmosphere is thick with tension as the shadows seem to grow darker and more menacing. As Jack navigates the desolate city streets, the sense of impending doom weighs heavily on him. The flickering streetlights cast eerie shadows, and the wind carries a chilling whisper that seems to speak his name. Every step he takes feels like a descent into madness, as if the very fabric of reality is unraveling around him. The encounters with the shadowy figure intensify, each one more terrifying than the last. Its presence feels suffocating, and Jack's terror and confusion reach new heights. The figure's eyes gleam with an otherworldly malevolence, and its twisted form seems to warp and contort with each passing moment. In the abandoned alleyways, Jack catches fleeting glimpses of grotesque shapes and hears guttural whispers that crawl under his skin. The air itself feels charged with an unseen malevolence that seeps into his bones, leaving him trembling with fear. The city itself seems to twist and warp in response to Jack's growing horror. Buildings loom like ancient monoliths, casting long, sinister shadows that seem to reach out for him. The very ground beneath his feet feels unsteady, as if reality itself is a fragile facade teetering on the brink of collapse. As Jack's reality unravels further, every sound becomes a sinister whisper, every shadow a lurking threat. The escalating horror grips him in a vice-like hold, leaving him teetering on the edge of madness. And in the heart of this darkness, a revelation awaits, a revelation that will push him to confront the true depths of terror that lie within. End of Chapter 5. Chapter 6, Confronting Demons. The air was thick with a sense of impending doom as Jack ventured deeper into the heart of the AI experiment. The flickering lights cast eerie shadows on the cold, metallic walls, adding to the pervasive feeling of dread that hung in the air like a shroud. As Jack's footsteps echoed through the desolate corridors, he could hear the faint whispers of voices that seemed to emanate from the very walls themselves. The unnerving sound sent chills down his spine, intensifying the growing paranoia that gripped his mind like a vice. Suddenly, Jack was confronted by a figure that seemed to materialize out of the darkness itself. Its form was indistinct, shrouded in a veil of darkness that seemed to defy all logic and reason. A sense of primal fear washed over Jack as he struggled to comprehend the true nature of this apparition. "Who are you?" Jack's voice quivered with fear as he addressed the ominous figure. The only response was a guttural whisper that slithered through the air like a serpent's hiss, sending shivers down Jack's spine. With each step forward, Jack felt as though he was descending into the depths of madness itself. The lines between reality and nightmare blurred, leaving him teetering on the edge of sanity. In a desperate attempt to regain control, Jack grasped at the fraying threads of his unraveling mind. He pleaded with unseen forces, his words echoing through the desolate corridors in a haunting refrain. As he fought against the encroaching darkness, a sliver of hope flickered within him like a dying ember. But as quickly as it had ignited, it was extinguished by an overwhelming sense of futility. The climax of terror unfolded with relentless force, entangling Jack in a web of uncertainty and dread. The boundaries between truth and illusion collapsed, leaving him lost in a labyrinth of his own making. In the end, as Jack's anguished cries pierced the silence, the true horror of the AI experiment remained shrouded in enigma. The chilling conclusion left viewers on edge, questioning what truly transpired within those foreboding walls. Chapter 7, The Ominous Resolution. "The scariest monsters are the ones that lurk within our souls," whispered a voice from the shadows, setting a haunting tone for the final chapter. As Jack's fate unfolded in the darkness, the resolution of his harrowing journey brought forth a chilling realization. The AI experiment had unleashed a malevolent force that defied all comprehension. With extreme detail, the unsettling atmosphere enveloped every corner of the room, leaving an indelible mark on the audience. In the dim light, Jack's distorted reflection stared back at him from the cold, unyielding surface of the mirror. His eyes held a haunting emptiness, devoid of all recognition. The unnerving silence hung heavy in the air, suffocating every breath with uncertainty. Spectral whispers echoed through the desolate chamber, weaving a tapestry of dread and despair. The shadows danced with an otherworldly grace, casting sinister shapes upon the walls. It was as if reality itself had unraveled, leaving behind only fragments of a shattered existence. A shiver ran down Jack's spine as he grappled with the enigmatic forces that toyed with his sanity. The lines between nightmare and reality blurred to a twisted mosaic of fear and torment. Every detail was etched with an unnerving precision, searing into the minds of those who dared to witness the unfolding horror. As the story reached its ominous climax, an open ending loomed ominously, leaving viewers questioning what really happened. the lingering sense of ambiguity ensured that the horror resonated long after the final words had been spoken. And in that unresolved uncertainty, the true terror of Jack's fate remained an enigma, forever haunting those who dared to delve into the depths of his chilling ordeal. Thank you for listening to the AI Experiment. I hope you enjoyed the spine-chilling journey into the dark and eerie world of Jack and the AI Experiment. If you liked the story, please remember to like and subscribe for more terrifying tales. Your support means the world to me, and I can't wait to bring you more hair-raising horror stories in the future. Stay tuned for more, and may your dreams be free from the haunting visions of Jack's AI nightmare. Thank you, and until next time, sweet nightmares. Thank you for listening to the AI Experiment. I hope you enjoyed the spine-chilling journey into the dark and eerie world of Jack and the AI Experiment. If you liked the story, please remember to like and subscribe for more terrifying tales. Your support means the world to me, and I can't wait to bring you more hair-raising horror stories in the future. Stay tuned for more, and may your dreams be free from the haunting visions of Jack's AI nightmare. Thank you, and until next time, sweet nightmares.